you ever felt like you're working relentlessly, late nights, early mornings, just full on grind mode, and then you get to the end and there's a paycheck that just brings this wave of disappointment that just fills you? Have you ever thought to yourself, I am worth so much more than this, yet you still find yourself doing tasks that are paying you less than $10 an hour? Because I have. I have so many times. And I know it feels almost humiliating when you get to the end of a project, you work out how many hours you've worked against the paycheck that you've got, and it turns out you were working for less than the legal minimum wage. It's almost devastating when you see that. The work you put in and you're getting paid shit. You feel extremely demoralized, and you even consider getting a 9-to-5 job, because when you think about it, you'd be getting paid more, it'll be steady income. That thought lingers in the back of your mind. I know it is tough when you are in this situation. I've been in this situation a lot. I'm pleased to say that I got out of it, and the way to do that is in two ways. First of all, you can either raise your prices, or secondly, you can increase the amount of clients that you have. Look, if you're a beginner, or you're someone who's just starting out, or you haven't got buckets of experience or a huge portfolio of gleaming testimonials, then raising your prices is not going to be your best option, because ultimately you won't make any progress that way, because you haven't got the social proof or the experience to be able to warrant that new price level. So your next option is to get more clients. And I know what you're thinking, what if you are already super busy? What if already you are working day and night to fulfill the needs of your clients, yet you're still only earning 1/10 of what you would like to be earning? Now that is fine, we can get around this. The way to do this is by using AI to increase your capacity. Now, before we go into it, I'll tell you a quick story about how this actually worked for me. Look, I have a client that I do social media management for. It's just posts to all their social media accounts. I've had them a long time, so the retainer that they pay every month, look, it's not brilliant, but I like the client, so I'm happy to carry on the work. A couple of months ago, business really started to take off. I had an influx of clients, and these clients were fantastic. I love these clients. And they're paying me more than 10 times what this old client is paying me every month. That's a huge difference. So what I started to think, I was like, this old client, yes, I've been doing their work for a long time, however, my time isn't worth it anymore. So I began to think, maybe it's time I let these guys go. I actually worked out how many hours I was working for this old client versus the retainer fee that they were paying me. And together I found out how much I was earning per hour of work for this client, and it was vastly below my hourly rate. Look, and I was planning on emailing them, just saying, look, at the end of this month, it's been great, but we'll no longer be working together. And then it happened. And then the tool that changed the world came out. ChatGPT became available to everyone. I dived straight into it. I was playing around and quickly realized the value that it has to offer for someone like me. It can create social media posts for my clients in a tone that I like, aimed at a certain demographic, and it can also tailor them to the specific social media platforms. It now takes me 1/10 of the time that it did before to now do this client's monthly work. That means that my hourly rate for this client has gone up 10 times. This all happened because I used AI to become more productive. Now, if you are offering a service like social media management, video editing, copywriting, email marketing, you're not using AI, then what you are doing is you're not only leaving thousands and thousands of dollars a month on the table, what you're also doing is you're accepting that you are still on this hamster wheel. This vicious cycle where you're not earning enough, so you become desperate. Therefore you take shitty jobs that pay shit, and then you're back at the start. You're desperate, you're not earning enough, you take shitty jobs, you're on this hamster wheel. And you can't get out of that if you refuse to take AI into your service. Look, if you do not, and you stay on this hamster wheel, then eventually it will lead to burnout, and you will end up back at that 9-to-5 job that you swore you would never go back to. And I don't want that for you. I want you to spend the next 2 weeks dedicating 2 hours a day to not only researching, but playing with AI tools. There are a vast amount of them already out there. Look at them, play with them, apply them to your own services. Ultimately, you need to use them to become more productive, because the more productive you become, then you can increase your capacity, which means you can take on more clients. Go back to what I said earlier, this is one of the key ways that people who haven't got a huge portfolio or years of experience, this is how you level up and start earning more. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.